Namaste everybody. Welcome to the virtual class. Today in English we are going to deal with free writing. Last time we had grammar lessons or some grammar exercises based on model questions, and we had some extra questions as well. And today too we are going to deal with some questions, especially two questions: free writing type 1 and free writing type 2 from your model question. And apart from that, we will also have 2 or 3 more questions, but if time allows, we will have that. And we'll, okay, let's begin it very quickly. Here, in your free writing, in your exam, from free writing, there will be 2 questions. One will be for 6 marks. Question number 7 will be for 6 marks, and question number 8 will be for 8 marks. 8 marks means a longer type, and 6 marks a little bit shorter. And especially in 6 marks question, the areas to be covered in 6 marks questions are like we have dialogues, well, sometimes situations are given and we have to create the dialogues. Especially we have to make exchanges ourselves, unlike in the past. We're not going to complete the dialogue here. We are just going to write the dialogues ourselves. So creating dialogues with the help of situation given. That is there for 6 marks. And in place of that question, we can have other areas, other questions like, okay. Here emails also, is it emails? No. We'll have personal experiences, yes, writing paragraphs. Writing paragraphs on your personal experiences, about your personal experiences. And we have some other areas like, okay, short stories. When stories are given, or when you are given to write a story, especially you're not given too long clues, you are simply given either title only, or maybe moral lesson only, or starting or beginning is given, or ending is given. Being based on that clue, that short clue, we have to complete the story, and that will be for 6 marks. So that's the area for 6 marks question. And there is another one also, views, expressing views and attitudes. That is also like paragraph writing. So writing paragraphs and writing dialogues, these are the types of questions in question number 7. In question number 8, especially letters. Letters means long letters, formal and informal both type. And then we will be given essays also. And maybe letter to the editor means that also comes under letters. Letter to the editor, job application, and these types of letters are there. Both officials sometimes, and sometimes informal letters, writing to your relatives or to your friends, like that. And the other one is, okay, I have already told you, essays, and then books and book reviews or film reviews. These types of questions can be there. And other one is brochures or leaflets. So these are long questions for 8 marks. Now, being based on that model question of CDC, let me show you one question here. Okay, here is the question. Can you see it? For 6 marks, it says, write a dialogue between 2 friends who are planning for a picnic. Write at least 6 exchanges. So, what do you understand from the question? It is given, to write a dialogue, we have to compose a dialogue between 2 friends. No other clues, only the clue is the subject matter should be planning for a picnic. Write at least 6 exchanges, it says. Do you know what it means? It means when you write a dialogue, in your exam, 6 exchanges means there are 2 people have to exchange the ideas 6 times. That's 6 exchanges, means they have to speak 6 times. So two dialogues means at least there should be 2 people speaking, Dialogue, di means 2. So log is a speech. 2 people speaking is dialogue. So let's do it. Let me show how we compose a dialogue. And while composing dialogue, you must keep in mind that especially in a dialogue, in the beginning we can use hello or hi or what's up or how do you do. These expressions are there, especially in the beginning. And at the end, we can have, take care, bye, see you, okay, all right. These kind of expressions can be at the end. So these are just the normal beginnings and normal endings of dialogue. Here, for making 6 exchanges, and you can create a situation like if there is nothing there, you cannot express the things in especially that background scene in the dialogue, then that you can use that inside the box or inside the brackets. Like let me show you. Answer for number 7, right? Answer for number 7. Question number 7, answer. So you can write, the bell rings. Everybody gets out and starts playing. Suppose this is break time, This information, this is just the beginning, opening. The dialogue has not started yet. Now, Ram says, hello, Sam. Don't you think we are tired of this busy schedule? These days, you can write, okay. And Sham says, hello. Yes, you're right. You are right. Do you have any idea? Okay, do you have any idea for refreshment? Because this is how we are just creating the situation, because we have to plan for what? Plan for a picnic. And for that, all of a sudden we cannot talk about planning for picnic. We just start like, hello, hi, then you can enter the subject matter. So to start planning for a picnic, I'm just talking about how this life is boring, or this, they are tired of schedule. So Sham says, yes, you are right. Do you have any idea for refreshment? Ram says, okay. Binod and I, you can make any, exchanges, any sentences you like. Just they have to talk. And the situation should be lively, Binod and I talked about going, okay, for picnic, going on a picnic next Saturday. How about going to Godavari? Suppose. And Shyam says, that's a good idea, but this time it's better, or we can write, we are better. It's better to go out of the valley. Valley, V-A-L-L-E-Y, valley. Okay, it sounds good. I think Devi Ghat in Nuakot will be the best place, best venue or best place, or you can write location, right? Will be the best place for picnic. Now Shyam says, how many exchanges are there up to now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Shyam says, all right, let's go to the head teacher or headmaster and ask for permission first. Then we will make, or we will form, you can write, we will form a committee for preparation or for the preparation. Ram says, sure, dude. Dude, Paul, these are just the expression for friends, you know, friends. Sure, dude. First, let's go to the canteen and tell other friends, because this is the break time, you know, maybe some of the friends are there in the canteen. You can create the situation yourself. It is not that you have to write this one or the other can write only this one. There are no limitations, but you have to talk around, you know, that subject matter given. So first, let's go to the canteen and tell other friends about the plan. Now Sam says, okay, let's go. I think the dialogue is over. So this is how we write on any situation, about any situation you can create a dialogue, but in the beginning be aware how to start, you know, directly entering the subject matter, you know, it sounds odd sometimes, it's quite unusual. So just create a kind of lively situation or real life situation, and then you can talk anything, because dialogue is simply, you know, talking. Maybe sometimes if it is given to write, you know, if you are asked to write an interview between, you know, a candidate and maybe the manager, the boss of the company, boss of the office, that time, you know, you need to use some formal languages, formal expressions. But while talking to your friends, you can use informal languages or words. But spellings, orthography, you know, spellings and letters and writings are everything. That should be fine. Now, how many expressions, how many exchanges are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 8. The question says, what it says? It says at least 6 exchanges. At least, kamti na pani. It means you can write 8 or 10 or 12. But sometimes, you know, if the more you write, the more mistakes you make sometimes. That's why be careful, write short and sweet. Time, you know, it is also useful for time saving as well. It is only 6 marks question. That's why just whatever is there that you cannot, or the things that do not come in the dialogue or in between the conversation, you can simply write it in the bracket to refer to the other situation, to explain or to describe the situation given. So you can use that kind of things even somewhere in the middle as well. So this is how we write. Now let me tell you something about this. If you write 6 exchanges, at least 6 exchanges by counting, For 6 exchanges, one exchange will have 0.5 max. So that means your writing will not go in vain. It means it will not be useless. Whatever you write, just write being based on that question, being based on that situation given, on the subject given. So write 6 exchanges like this. You will have at least 3 marks for the exchanges, because there are 6 already. One exchange will have 0.5 max. It means out of 6, it's quite easy to get 3. That's almost half max, right? Then for the coherence and sequence, because these talks should not go randomly. Each and every line, just like how smoothly the people talk to each other, how the conversation flows. So for this sequence, for this systematic conversation, for this organization, we can say, you will be awarded 2 marks. So 3 plus 2, 5 marks. Then the other one is for correct language. If correct language means the expressions, especially correct spellings, and language, means grammar also comes there. So only 1 mark for grammar, only one mark for correctness of language. This means you don't have to worried about, you don't have to be worried too much about your grammar, your mistakes, or your lack of enough vocabulary and things. Because these things, if you make such easy kind of expressions, exchanges, it's not going to be difficult to get marks. So out of 6, you can easily get 5, 5.5. If you write all correct, no mistakes at all, you will get 6 out of 6. The students, I think, even for the medium, or even for, the people, the students who really don't deserve, or who are really not confident enough to write, they also can write it, can get the marks. So don't panic about the exam. Don't worry too much about the exam. It's going to be quite easy. Now here we have another question. Question number 8. It was question number 7. And now question number 8. So what is there in question number 8? Please look at this. In question number 8, it says, write a letter to the editor. I think you have done it in the regular class also. I think it's given in your textbook as well. So the thing is, the format will be the same, but the subject matter, the content will be different. So let's try on this. Write a letter to the editor of a local newspaper complaining about what? Complaining about the bad condition of the road in your area. This is the main subject. Request him or her to publish your letter in the newspaper so that the interest of the concerned quarters means concerned offices, concerned departments, divisions, or concerned authorities, we can say, can be drawn to the issue. This question is for 8 marks. And let me write it here. Okay. So how do you write the letter to the editor? First of all, you write address and date. Suppose this is the paper. Now here you write on your, nowadays you can write address and date here on this side also, on the left hand side. But generally, in the traditional form, we write address here on this side. Suppose you are writing from where? From Hetauda, okay. Okay, Hetauda 1, Makwanpur. Makwanpur. This is address. In English letters, generally we write address first, then date. Okay. You can write the date like January 3, 2018, like this. It may be March 3, March, whatever date you can write. Write the date, but write in the date format. Either you can write 3rd January 2013, 2018, or you can write January 3, 2018. You can make it short if you like. Then we write on this side, on the left hand side, what do you write? You write to whom you are going to write. It says write a letter to the editor. So you write to the editor, comma, what is the name of the newspaper? You write the name of newspaper after this. The editor. Okay. As I am writing from Hetauda right now, I am going to write a newspaper's name from Hetauda. Hetauda Sandesh. Hetauda, Nepal. This is address, this is newspaper's name, and this is the post to whom you are referring or you are writing the letter. Now, after this, you just enter the subject matter. You can write first you can write, you leave a space, at least one line, and write down dear sir, or you can write dear madam also. Maybe sometimes the editor can be a woman also. So you write dear sir, dear madam, and from the next line onwards, you just start. How do you start? You start like this. I would like to leave a little bit space in the beginning, then start. It is the conventional, traditional rule. But these days, you can write from the very beginning. I would like to draw the attention of what is it about? It is about bad condition, You can write concerned authorities. Concerned authorities, अधिकार प्राप्त संघ संस्था व्यक्ति, authorities, right? So concerned authorities towards a burning problem. A burning problem is a serious problem. Towards a burning problem of the bad condition of the road, in my locality, or you can write in my area. Through what? Through the valuable COLLUMNS colons of your esteemed newspaper. This is just the beginning only, right? I would like to draw the attention of the concerned authorities towards the burning problem of the bad condition of the road. If you are given another subject matter to write the letter to the editor, that time you can just change change the subject matter only. Like problem of what? Problem of drinking water, problem of electricity, problem of drainage, or anything, any problem. Problem of deforestation in my area. Just that way you can use all other words, the same words you can copy. Now, by changing the paragraph, you have to deal with the problem, deal with the question, deal with the subject matter given. The bad condition, how it is bad condition, or how there are problems in the in your area, in your locality. Just describe it in the next paragraph. I'm going to describe it here right now. As you know, the roads are quite muddy and difficult to the vehicles to move. Sometimes it is very dusty and the people on either sides and the pedestrians, we can say, or okay, the people on either sides. Okay, let me write it on the top now. The sidewalkers, we can write. Badly affected. Okay. If the roads are well pitched in time, the health of the general public will not be affected. So this way, just keep on explaining how the bad condition of the road is there. The surface of the roads is not smooth and leveled. Therefore, there is a greater chance of road accidents in this area. Now, you don't have to explain too much. Now, what you do is, you at the end of the letter, you can just request the editor, because it says request the editor to publish your letter in the newspaper, so that the interest of the concerned quarters can be drawn. Just explain the problem and give a way, give solution also if possible. If you offer the solution yourself, that's better, that's fine. So your suggestion is to pitch the road, especially the road, Department of Road, and or the government, you can request the government to do it, or you can also request the public also, general public also. I would like to request most sincerely I would like to request you can write you here. I would like to request you most sincerely to publish my letter in your newspaper. In the first paragraph also we have talked about this a little bit. If you give me or you give my letter a little space. Space. I hope the concerned authorities and general public will pay attention to the problem and move ahead with steps, or we can say positive action, positive steps, or implementation of the plan, or something like that. They will move ahead with positive steps. It is your. Now, lastly, what do? You write yours faithfully or yours sincerely. Yours sincerely. These days, you can write this on your left side also, but yours sincerely, write your name. Rajan Karki. Okay. Hetauda. 1. Okay. Address is already given there, so no need to write address here on after the name. Yours sincerely, Rajan Karki, or just this is the name, anybody's name, your name. You have to write your name. So, what I told you here is, you just have to draw the attention in the first starting paragraph. Then in the middle, you just explain the problem, and then lastly, give ways, give solution, and also request the editor to give space to your letter. This is how you do. And I would like to tell you one thing here. The thing is, for this, in the exam, if this question is asked, or if this type of question is asked, especially writing a letter, what happens is, you will be awarded with 2 marks for content. 2 marks content for organization means for making the ideas, or for making paragraphings, or connecting the lines, connecting the sentences, making a sequence of your ideas, sequence of your expression. For this arrangement, for this organization, you will be awarded 2 marks. So 2 plus 2, 4. Out of 8 marks, if this content is written, you will get 4. And after that, you will have another 1 mark for correct grammar or correct language. If your grammar is all okay, that means you get 1 plus. And another for your spellings, your handwriting and things. Especially it is called orthography. If your handwriting is fine, for these things, you will get plus 1. And another thing is, you will also have marks for the format. If this is in the format of letter, like yours sincerely, and on the top, address and date, and then there is inside address, to whom you are writing letter, to the editor, blah, blah, blah. And these things are given, and then, dear sir, these things, these points, give a sense, or give a format of what? Format of letter. For this format, you will be awarded 2 marks. It means you're getting 8 out of 8 if your writing is really fine. But don't worry about the grammar again, because for grammar, only 1 mark will be there. And for spellings and handwriting, only another 1 mark. Only 2 marks will be there for those poor people who don't have good English. But if you write, the main thing is this content, how you write, how you express, and for this you will have 4. So you can get 8 out of 8. Good, brilliant students can get 8 out of 8. And for the normal students also, common students also, please don't worry. You will have enough marks for this. Now, talking about this, The two free writing is over, but now let me show you another question. This is just additional extra questions here from my side. Just for your study, and you can practice it at home also, because we don't have time to do it right now. It says write a dialogue between two friends. Is it? No, we have already done this. Another question, sorry. I have got this one. Paragraph writing this time. What it says? It says write a couple of paragraphs about your feelings on the first day of your school. Writing paragraphs about any subject. It can be expressing your personal opinions or some other things also, right? So you can just write, let me tell you about how long you have to write. For 6 marks question, especially around 100 to 120 words. For 5 marks question, in guided writing 1 and 2, you can write from 75 to 100 words for guided writing. There are 2 questions in guided writing, right? So from 75 to 100 words, you don't have to write too long to get the marks. Writing long sometimes, spoils your writing. So 100 and 102 for this question. Write these words, write for grammar, don't worry, only one mark will be there for grammar. And another one question for question's sake, let's see. So what do you see there in the question? Write an essay on drug addiction. And here, as I don't have time to show you on this on the board, the time is already over. Let me very quickly draw your attention to this essay I have written, I have prepared on my on the slide. So please have a look. Drug addiction, and look on the screen. Drug addiction. The title is there. It is the general rule. To write an essay, you have to give title. Then in the first paragraph, what you have to do is you have to define the subject, drug addiction. What is drug addiction? And then give general information about drug addiction, basic information about drug addiction. It is in the first paragraph. You can see drug addiction refers to the consumption of toxic substances like opium, hashish, brown sugar, cocaine, heroin, like that. Heroin, okay. It means use of drugs, smoking, drinking. Means drug addiction has been defined in the first paragraph, so that's over. And it also says it is one of the most serious problems that the world is facing today, right? In the first paragraph. This is just how we define any subject matter, not only drug addiction. Give introduction in the first paragraph, then paragraph change. You have to, in this paragraph, we are given the causes of drug addiction. What can be the causes? Why people get the victim of drug addiction? It's given there, just like, various factors such as family background, because of family also sometimes, peer pressure, means friends, pressure of friends, bad company, socioeconomic scenario, legal systems, and so on. There are things explained. And here in the next paragraph, it is about the, it is about what? It is about the effects. Drug addiction spoils life and health of people. It leads ultimately to a corrupt society. An addict person cannot have a good career and social life. These things are what? These things are the results or say effects of drug addiction. And in the next paragraph here, you can see, to produce healthy citizens and society, we must take some preventive. It means there are ways of solution. How to solve this, solve the problem of drug addiction. It is given in the next paragraph. And in the last paragraph, you can say what the government can do, and your suggestion is there, and your conclusion is there in the last paragraph. Like, on part of the government, it should make strict laws against buying and selling of drugs freely. It must prioritize the production of healthy manpower, and many things are there. Just give your ideas, give your suggestion. And lastly, what it says, let's start a campaign against drug addiction from today. Let's dream of a better and safer world together. This is how we end. You give your opinions, your ideas, or in the conclusion paragraph, you can simply conclude what you have earlier mentioned in the previous paragraphs. So in about 48 marks, write your essay in about 180 words. Don't worry about grammar. The grammar will have the same, I have already told you. 1 mark grammar, 2 marks for cohesion, organization. Things will be like that. So Students, develop your confidence, boost your confidence. Don't worry too much about, don't take too much pressure about the exam. It is just how we prepare, we express our ideas in the exam. Please feel free and write. Don't get confused. Don't stop working hard. Don't give up. You can do it. You can win. You can pass the exam. You can get better marks in the exam. So please, students, I request you, all of you, to work hard and to prepare for the exam. Thank you very much. This is the time to sign out. So wishing you all the best. I'd like to say namaste. Take care.